What's up everybody, it's Andy here and welcome to another FPL in my opinion video. And in this one we're discussing the transfer deadline day. Premier League, I'm recording this literally at 11 o'clock, the transfer window is about to shut any minute. So this video is going to discuss some of the transfers that have been made and also some of the ones that haven't. And I've basically picked out what I think are the key moves or not moves in terms of FPL. So we're just going to jump straight into it and go through the players one by one and just have a quick discussion about why you may or may not want to consider them and how that also affects other players that you may have already picked. So yeah, just jump straight into it. So first of all, I want to discuss Alexis Sanchez. Now, he hasn't moved clubs. There's been speculation all summer that he was going to move to teams like Chelsea, PSG, Man City, who were the big ones. They made a bid for him today. I think it was going to go through, but Arsenal weren't able to secure anyone else like Lamar. So in the end, the deal fell through. He's going to stay at Arsenal. Now, he is an FPL option, obviously. He's going to play for Arsenal. He's going to be first team. He rarely gets rested. But he is 11.9 million. Now, there's a few problems. We don't know if he's on penalties. We don't know what his mood's going to be like. I get the feeling he'll probably play, to his best ability because he is one of those players that always fights for the ball. He always wants to win, always wants to score, assist, etc. And I think now he knows, fine, yes, I've got to stay at Arsenal, but he can go for free next year. So he's not going to be tied down unless he wants to sign a new contract, and I just don't see that happening. So there's a few other things to consider, like will he have penalties? Lacazette would probably be the go-to man there, but he even missed the last game, so will he even start? We don't know. And what position is Sanchez going to play? It doesn't look likely with Welbeck and Lacazette around that he's going to play forward as the main striker like he did for some time last year when he was really effective. So he's possibly going to be, well, he will be part of the front three if they keep playing 3-4-3, but he's going to be out on the wing quite a bit. So maybe not as effective there. So he's a man that could absolutely devastate teams and get a massive haul in FPL. But I think for 11.9 million, you're taking quite a big risk. It could pay off, and if you do it, you'd absolutely be loving yourself. But for me, I think I'm going to hold off. But definitely worth keeping an eye on Sanchez because we've seen he can do absolute damage to your teams if you don't have him in. So Llorente, 7.4 million in FPL, has just moved to Spurs. I don't think he's going to suddenly become an option. I think obviously Harry Kane is the #1 man there. He's going to start most games. But Llorente scored quite a few goals last year. I think it was about 15 for Swansea. So he's going to be a good squad player. So he's going to play in the cup matches, maybe the odd Champions League here or there. Coming on maybe in the last 10 minutes in Premier League games to give Kane a rest. So he's definitely going to play, I think, more than Janssen did last year, but he's not going to be an effect on Kane. Now, that has a knock-on effect because Swansea have now signed Bonnie, literally just signed as I'm recording it. So I don't know how much he's going to be in FPL because obviously he wasn't in the Premier League before. He did well at Swansea last time. Now, I would imagine his price, and again, I am guessing, it's probably going to be around 7.5, which could be a really good price. Swansea have got great fixtures coming up. He's done well for them before. And generally, he's a decent enough goal scorer. Now, the other knock-on to that is Tammy Abraham, 5.5 million. He's in a few people's teams. I've definitely considered him. But now it looks like, can we really, guarantee that he's going to play? So if you're on like a wild card, I'd probably wait on Swansea. I'd want to see who's going to start up front, what kind of formation they're going to play. But Bonnie is now an option now Llorente's left. Abraham is potentially still an option now he's left. And obviously, Llorente is probably not an option now that he's gone to Spurs. But one of those players that's had quite a bit of a knock-on effect to other teams now he's left. Oxlade-Chamberlain's an interesting one. So he's not one player in FPL that I usually consider. He's currently 6 million. But he has turned down both Chelsea and a higher contract offer at Arsenal. So he must have really wanted to go to Liverpool. Now, I'm not saying that Klopp is guaranteed in first-team football. That seems unlikely. But he did want to play centrally, so he's now competing with the likes of Chan, Milner, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Lallana when he's back. Looks like Coutinho may stay. So there's a lot of competition there. So I'm not saying we should get him in. His goals and assist record is not great. But at some point, if he gets a run in the side at 6 million, it could be worth a look in. Liverpool, well, they've got a lot of goals in them. So if he's able to get forward from a central midfield position like we saw Lallana doing last year, he could be worth an option now he's not at Arsenal. I don't think he's one we go for right now, but keep an eye on the situation there. To get a good run of fixtures and he gets in the team, he could be one to look out for. So at the start of the season, we thought Trippier might be the main man at Spurs, and it did look good for a while. Obviously, then he got injured, and then the rumours started coming around that they were going to sign Aurier. That's now happened, and FPL have priced him at 6 million, which I think is fair. It's the same price as the centre-backs. It's not quite as high as Danny Rose, because we don't know how he's going to perform yet. But if he gets a run in the team, it could be a really good price for 6 million. I think he's quite attacking. The problem is we don't know how often Trippier is going to play. We know Pochettino likes to rotate full-backs. Now, I'd expect Aurier to start the majority of the games, but he hasn't played for 3 months. So Trippier, if you've got him, I don't think there's too much to worry about initially. But after a few weeks, I think Aurier is going to come in and take that position as his, a bit like Kyle Walker did last year, and Trippier will get the odd game here or there and be more of a squad player. So we'll have to see how Pochettino uses him, but I think they're going to, with the new centre-back they've got as well, they're probably likely to stick to the 5 at the back, kind of 3-5-2 with 2 wing-backs. So with a good run of fixtures they've got right now, if they can pick up the pace, Harry Kane needs to start scoring, they need to start winning at Wembley, etc, etc. But Aurier could be a really nice pick for 6 million. I've got my eye on him already, but for now I think Davis at 5.6 million, until we hear that Rose is coming back, is probably the pick of the Spurs defence. But keep an eye on Aurier. At some point in the season, I think we'll be bringing him in. So Alonso, a bit like Sanchez earlier in the video, is in here because obviously he hasn't moved, but also Chelsea haven't brought anyone new in for that spot. Now, there was a bit of a worry maybe pre-season when we thought they were on the lookout for over a new left-back, new left-wing-back. Sandro from Juventus was on the cards, or at least was speculated as someone that Conte wanted to sign. But luckily for FPL managers that own him or want to get him, he's 7.1 million. Looks like he's got that spot nailed. He's in the same kind of attacking vein of form that he was last year. I saw someone on Twitter the other day, I think it was Richard Kenny, who I follow. I can't remember the handle, but I'll link it in the description, who basically put a note for Match of the Day that literally said, Alonso stood in Everton's box. So he's literally on the attack all the time. The goals are coming, they've already been, the assists are going to come as well. I think he's a really good option now, 7.1. I'm strongly considering, because I've got someone like Gabbiadini up front, I'm actually thinking of moving to 4-4-2 and getting Alonso instead. So no worries now, it looks like, for a left-back, unless something happens overnight that I've missed. Like I said, recording this at 11, so we'll see. But yeah, Alonso looks good to go. No left-backs coming for Chelsea, so if you've got him, no panic. Sandro is not coming anywhere near Chelsea. For now, at least. So Renato Sanches is a bit of an interesting one. I don't think anyone really saw Swansea picking up someone of his kind of ability. Now, he hasn't had the best of times at Bayern Munich, but Paul Clement's obviously got ties there, which I think is how this move has come about. Like I say, he's priced at 5 million in FPL, so that could be a decent enough price for him. We'll have to see how he goes. He's more of a box-to-box midfielder rather than an attacking midfielder, so he's not always going to be in the opposition box or looking for goals, but he's got that ability in him. He's probably going to be more of a long-range shooter, I think. But for 5 million at some point, you know, Swansea have got good fixtures, like I said about Tammy Abraham. Could be worth consideration, but right now I'm sticking to Tom Carroll. The only slight worry I have now is Swansea have a lot of players for that kind of central midfield berth who can play there. So you've got like Fur, Carroll, and Sanchez, among others. So there is a chance that maybe at times they get rotated. Now, you don't really want that for your team. Obviously, you want first-team starters. So Tom Carroll, one to look out for. For now, I think if you've got him, there's nothing to worry about. If you're like me, you're not really playing him anyway, if you can help it. But in the future, just see how they kind of develop, whether they change formation or anything like that, and how Sanchez fits in. And if he is getting forward at some point, 5 million, he may be worth consideration. So I wanted to put Robbie Elliott on the list, not because he's been transferred out by Newcastle, because a lot of people are wildcarding right now, and there was some speculation that they would sign a new goalkeeper. But interestingly enough, all they've done is got rid of Tim Krul on loan, so they actually have one less keeper than they did before. So it looks like, unless he makes a lot of mistakes, that Elliott's going to be #1 choice. And at 4 million, I think he's absolute bargain. Fixtures or not, defence or not, I think cheap goalkeepers have always got the chance to get you save points, the odd clean sheet here or there. And I think to save money for the rest of your team, he would definitely be in my wildcard team. He's in my current team. And unless something goes majorly wrong, he is not going anywhere. So if you're on wildcard, you're safe to get Elliott, and I think he's a super option. And I just wanted to include him here just to reiterate that, basically. So West Brom quite interested in defence. They've actually got now quite a few options. Kieran Gibbs has moved from Arsenal. He's priced at 5 million. You'd think he's going to play left back if they play 4 at the back, with Neon maybe moving over to right back, which would probably push Craig Dawson into centre back. So they've got quite a few centre back options right now. Maybe Higazi is going to move out eventually, because you'd think once Johnny Evans is back fit, he will play. Now, he didn't make his move to Man City. They did bid a few times, but eventually it didn't go through. He's staying at West Brom. So I think Kieran Gibbs comes in. They've got 2 clean sheets so far, West Brom. I think that's possible they could keep it up. They've also signed, and apologies if I absolutely butcher this name, but Krychowiak, I think it is, from Paris Saint-Germain on a loan. He's a central defensive midfielder, so he's really going to shore up West Brom from conceding, I think. So they're looking really good for clean sheets right now. I'm glad I got Ben Foster in goal. Kieran Gibbs I quite like. He's pretty attacking. How attacking he'll be allowed to be under Pulis, we don't know. But I'm definitely got my eye on him, 5 million. If I want to get into that defence that he's nailed on, he's definitely one that I would look at. So going to end the video with 2 more players that are staying and haven't moved. So they're not necessarily players that have transferred club, but they have a knock-on effect because they haven't moved. So the first one is Coutinho. Now, if I remember right, the Spanish window is open until tomorrow, which will be Friday. So there's still a chance he could go, but it looks like he's going to stay at Liverpool. They've kind of said quite a few times they're not going to sell. The bids are coming and they've been absolutely massive, and they've still said no. So I think he's going to stay now. Because we got Firmino, Salah and Mane up front, kind of in the front three, I don't think Coutinho is going to get many games there. He played a couple at the end of last season where he played in the central midfield and it was really well. He dictated play, still got forward for goals. So I think that's where Klopp's going to play him. Now, obviously, because they've got quite a decent squad depth now, especially in central midfield, there's always a chance that Salah or Mane misses out and Coutinho plays in that kind of wider role. He's done that before quite a few times, so that is a possibility. So, straight away, your front three, if you own like Salah like me or Mane or Firmino, yes, there's a chance they'll miss out. Probably Firmino less so, but you never know. I think it doesn't help like Oxlade-Chamberlain I mentioned earlier, because now Coutinho can play in this central midfield role as well, especially when Lallana's back. Chan is playing really well right now. Wijnaldum was really good for Liverpool last year, so it's going to be tough. I think Coutinho starts most games. He's 8.8 million now, so that could be a really good price for him if you want to get on the Liverpool midfield on the cheap. He's coming back from an injury. Whether or not he's really injured, we don't know. He's supposed to be playing for Brazil, so I don't think he is. So we'll see him soon on a Liverpool shirt. So keep an eye on that one. 8.1 million could be really good, but also, like I say, a knock-on effect to your other players. There's potentially a chance they could get rotated more because of him. So last on the list is Van Dijk, Southampton, 5.5 million. Now, again, like Coutinho, he hasn't moved, but that has a knock-on effect. So one, he now becomes an option in the Southampton defence. Two, that Southampton defence should now be even better than it has been. It's already got 2 clean sheets in the first 3, and with the back 4 of Cedric, Bertrand, Van Dijk and then one other, it looks really strong. Forster looking okay this season. Now, the problem is who misses out when he comes back. There's only going to be one more slot. They've signed a new player. They've got Stevens and Yoshida. Only one of them can play with Van Dijk, unless they go 3 at the back. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. So definitely think at some point Van Dijk's going to be an option. He's got goal threat. I've got Bertrand right now, so I'm not going to swap. Obviously, we're waiting for Van Dijk to come back from injury. But at some point in the season, that goal threat could be really viable. And then whoever starts alongside him could be an absolute bargain. So I've got Stevens right now. I'm worried. I think he's probably going to be the one that misses out for sure. But we'll have to wait and see. If he's not, then 5 million to get into that defence is really good. Obviously, you've got Cedric on the right. But I like Stevens. I think he's got a bit of goal threat, bonus ability. He's probably the one for me. So look out for Van Dijk. He's definitely going to have a massive knock-on effect. You may even just bring him in. But I think Southampton are looking good up till game week 11 for clean sheets. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to quickly go do this while the transfer window was just closing to kind of chat about these players and have a quick reaction to them. Obviously, we haven't gone fully in depth with stats, etc. for each of these players, but discussing the knock-on effects and how it could affect the teams I think was worthwhile. So if you did enjoy it, always appreciate if you can give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It'll let you know when my next video is coming out and also when I'm live streaming. So I usually live stream twice a week on a normal FPL week, i.e. when there's no international break. Once at the end of the week when it's just finished to discuss what's gone on that weekend, and then one before the game week to discuss kind of all your questions, etc., which I answer live. No pre-submitted questions, anything like that. So I'm going to leave it there. That's the transfer window. There's still some deals that might go through. So Sacco to Crystal Palace would be really good. I think that would shore up their defence. They're having big problems at the moment. Drinkwater to Chelsea, I mean, he's not an option. He's going to be a squad player. He's not going to play, is he? So there may be more deals that I miss. Maybe Coutinho can still go to Barcelona. Who knows? We'll see tomorrow. But I want to get this out there tonight. So that's it from me. Like, comment, share, tweet, retweet, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers for watching.